Check, check, check. Am I here?
What happened?
Is my
This is her mic.
okay? There we
If I run the mill. Yeah, because that's fine, just so we have more room. Yeah, for like 3 weeks, my nose has been running. You know, and it's so annoying. I gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta give this to Bill. I have to pass on. Yeah. Hi. Can I run to the bathroom real fast?
Say what?
Newspaper? Tell me something on there.
Where'd they put me today? It changes every meeting.
What does it?
Yeah, I just think they just throw these things out here.
That could be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Keep everybody on their
It's
toes.
like the table numbers.
Yes, I'll be right back. Hey, good. How are you? Oh, you are warm.
Hi.
It's good to see you always.
Did anybody mention to you that one of the crosswalk signs got knocked over out there? The one up by the upper entrance to the parking lot? Yeah, the sign is laying flat on the ground. I don't know what happened.
What sign was it?
So the crosswalk, the big yellow sign, I don't know if they can do anything with it except maybe wait until the ground thaws and then put it in, but yeah.
Jim. I'm sorry. I did that for years. Yeah.
Now, Mark,
Yes.
when you show my slide, you go all the way down.
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
You start meeting.
Yeah, because if you just happen to miss the bottom line, I would forgive you.
I can do that.
Yeah, let's see. Let's try it. It's not the.
Looks so handsome with his red tie and his blue shirt. He looks very corporate. I love
Yes, doesn't he? Doesn't he? We'll see what happens. I mean, you know what? Hello, how are you?
So,
Excuse me? I haven't seen you.
the applications for.
It's on. It's all set to go. You don't have to sit up here right now.
Mic's on.
Mic's on.
Ready? All ready? Everybody's ready?
Yep.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thank you for coming out and bearing the cold to come to the meeting. We appreciate it.
I can't hear what she's saying.
I'd like to call the meeting to order, and if we get a roll call, please.
Linda,
Here.
Mike,
Here.
Claire,
Here.
Maggie,
Here.
Olga,
Here.
Eric,
Yes,
Jim.
here.
Here.
If you could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Pete DeVito, a veteran of the U.S. Navy.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pete.
Thank you.
Do we have any new homeowners who have never attended an open board meeting here today? Oh. Very good. Could I have a motion, please, to approve the minutes of the open meeting of January 13, 2026?
I'll make motion.
Second.
Jim,
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Olga,
Yes.
Eric.
Yes.
And February is Heart Month, and Maggie's going to do something a little bit for recognition of Heart Month for us.
So February is American Heart Month, and it's dedicated to raising awareness about cardiovascular health, to fight heart disease, particularly in women, but it truly is the #1 cause of death in America is heart disease. So today, you'll see our board is wearing red. We also have little red dress pins in support of the Go Red for Women campaign, and it serves as a visual reminder to focus on heart-healthy habits, such as eating well, staying active, and managing stress. Thank you.
I'll take the course in managing stress.
Right.
And on that note about Go Red for Women, for those of you who may not have been here during the years, the Mirage Women's Club over the years held multiple fundraisers, and we raised over $100,000 for the Go Red for Women program.
Wow.
Okay, under new business, I would like to add one thing before I go into the capital reserve study, and that is we have negotiated and signed a contract going forward with Candlewood Pool Company. The contract is for a 2-year contract. It'll have a 3% raise for the 26-27 year from the past year. And for the 27-28 year, it will have a 4% increase. Normally, contracts are going anywhere from 8 to 10% increase on a yearly basis, so a 3 or 4% increase is phenomenal. So I'll open that up to the public. Does anyone have any comments or questions on that? Okay, there being no questions, could I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second?
Olga,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Eric.
Yes, but
Jim.
let them know we put them out to bid.
Jim,
Yes.
Went out to bid.
Oh, yes, we did. We went out to bid. We went out to bid for several companies. We only received 2 bids back, and Candlewood was our best option, and that is why we went for Candlewood. Okay, then we'll go to our capital reserve study after multiple drafts. And thanks to Claire Hastic and the Finance Committee, we have come to a finalization on our capital reserve study, and I will turn that over to Claire for a little further explanation.
January 8th, 2024, our governor signed the Structural Integrity Act, which changed the reserve study and how it was done completely. Luckily, the structural part did not affect us because our clubhouse does not have the multiple layers, floors, and number 2, nobody lives here that we know of. Everybody does finally go home at 11 o'clock. So because of that, we did not have to have the inspections with engineers finding out if our building is safe. We don't have that kind of construction. After a year of research and webinars, it was almost a webinar a month I took to find out exactly what the law would allow us to do. Not only do we have a reserve study for our reserves, that's R&R, repair and replacement. Okay, something breaks, we have to repair it or we have to replace it. There's also a preventative maintenance study. We never had that before as a law. We had it as Mirage, but Mirage always did a reserve study every 5 years. Now it's law. Sometimes I think the government comes here, looks at our governing documents, and figures out how to run the rest of the state. I'm not kidding. We have always did a 5-year reserve study. So we also have a preventative maintenance study now. The state believes that if you put the money in repairing things or fixing them, for example, a paint job on the outside of your clubhouse will save it from water damage because you're going to see it and you're going to fix it sooner. It makes sense. So we started in May of this year, and yes, it would have been nice if we could have had it finished before the budget, but if we were going to spend all this time, we wanted a reserve study that was Mirage. We have, for an example, we have an irrigation system that's unique. We have part of the community that owns its own. You have an individual system. You can turn it on and turn it off whenever you want. We also have a part of this community that is on the common system. We can't turn it on and we can't turn it off. There was only one part of that in our reserve study. Sorry, that's not good enough. So it took us a long time. This is now February and we started it in May, but I think it was worth it. I'm quite pleased with it, and again, I need to thank the Finance Committee for their help, because each one of them, they had an expertise. For example, AV was one lump sum of money. There's a lot of things that AV does, a lot of different equipment. How do you budget? How do you know what you have left if it's just one lump sum? So we itemized it. It is now in our reserve study itemized. Are there any questions before we take a vote on this?
There being no questions, could I have a motion, please, to accept the final draft of the reserve study for the Mirage community?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Jim,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Olga,
Yes.
Eric.
Now, you see us all saying yes up here, but I can tell you that hours and hours between us and finance and the engineer went into finalizing this reserve study, and we think it's a very good one for our community. Okay, so then we go on to Down to Earth. Spring flowers, think spring. And that is for an invoice for $6,601.55, and that is all the flowers for the entrance and the clubhouse area. I'd like to shout out a thank you to the landscape committee for all they do for us in making us beautiful. So any comments? Thank you, Linda. Any comments on this before we put a motion to pass the invoice? Okay, could I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Mike,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Olga,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
The next two items I'm going to combine, and Mike is going to give you a little bit of history on it, and that is for our billiards room, which needed a much-needed update. That room is being used more and more. So, Mike, you want to take it from there?
Yeah, they came in, re-leveled the tables. One of them actually had where there's three separate slate pieces underneath that actually were not even. That was repaired. All the tables were recovered, leveled, and as far as I've heard from the people that play billiards, they're happy with it.
And the chairs.
And we're going to be moving forward in, I'm sure. And the chairs, the benches and the chairs are worn. Some of them are put together with duct tape. So we decided we're going to do it all in one shot. Tables have already been completed because the vendor had time this past weekend, and he came in and spent the entire day here Saturday and did all 4 tables. And they look absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to do 2 motions, please. One is for the covering and leveling of the 4 pool tables, and that is in the amount of $3,838.50. Could I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Mike,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Olga,
Yes.
Eric.
Yes.
And the second is for a company by the name of Bill's Upholstery, and that is for reupholstering of the benches and chairs in the billiards room. Any comments from the public? Could I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Maggie,
Yes.
Olga,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
And our next item is for a new Christmas tree for the lounge. And I'm going to pass it over to Claire to give you a little background on that.
Our Christmas tree was over 10 years old. That's 10 years plus of putting it together, taking it down, and shoving it in a closet. Over those 10 years plus, the lighting, because it was a pre-lit tree, self-destructed. This past year, our vendor realized that the lighting didn't work and basically jerry-rigged separate lighting into the tree. We are replacing that tree, which is a safety hazard, not only for our vendor on a ladder trying to
Rig it.
put wires of lights in it and weave it back and forth. It's splitting. So we are replacing it with a commercial 14-foot tree that will be stored, not here, not shoved in a closet. It will be stored with our rest of our Christmas decorations at our vendor's location. Any questions?
Okay, and there being no questions from the public, could I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Maggie,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Olga,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
And I've left the 2 most fun things for last, and that is speeding. We continue to look into ways to possibly get it across to everybody that our speed limit is 25 miles per hour in the community. We have done a little research. We don't know if this is going to help with the speeding situation, but Mike is going to bring you up to date on what the latest is.
Okay, what we have proposed here is stenciling 25 mile per hour signs on the pavement. There'll be 10 total stencils put down, 5 in each direction on Mirage Boulevard. They're 6-foot high letters, and it's anti-skid. It has a anti-skid property to it. We're trying to find different ways in reducing the speed of the community. I believe it was our last meeting, somebody made mention that there isn't speed limit signs when you come into the community. It's right there at the guardhouse when you stop for the gate, as well as further in along the community. So there is that. On another note, I would also like to remind everybody that stop signs mean come to a complete full stop, check both directions, and then continue.
Yes, the stop signs are for everybody, not the other guy. Okay, we'd appreciate that if we did that. Okay, so this is in the cost of $1,000 for 10 stencils. Any questions from the public on that? Great, could I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Oh, Patty, did you have a question?
Yes, they're reflective.
They're reflective, yeah.
They have a glass bead inside of it.
Yes. Reflective. And we did address the anti-skid as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so then could I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Jim,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Olga,
Yes.
Eric.
Yes.
And last but not least, snow. Okay, the recent storm of January 25th and 26th presented unusually difficult conditions for snow and ice removal. With widespread office closures at the municipal, county, state, and federal levels due to the conditions, along with heavy snowfall, freezing rain, and rapidly dropping temperatures, our operations were significantly impacted. Despite these challenges, our crews worked extended hours to keep our community safe. Priority was given to main roads, emergency access routes, areas with emergency access needs, and high-traffic areas before addressing secondary streets and walkways. The storm began with moisture that froze, followed by multiple rounds of snow, rain, and ice. Plowing operations of approximately 10-plus miles, including 50 cul-de-sacs, began early and continued throughout the event. 7 road plows and 15 driveway machines were deployed, with the community being divided into 4 sections for efficiency, and those 4 sections are rotated with every snowstorm. So everyone gets a chance to be first, and everyone has the great place of being last at some point during either this season or the next. Driveway clearing of a total of 1,203 driveways began Sunday evening at 7 p.m. and was completed to the best extent possible by Monday at approximately 9:30 p.m. Protective plastic plow blades were used to help preserve driveway surfaces while still allowing for effective snow removal. Throughout the storm, management, DOT representatives, and Down to Earth were in constant contact. Numerous notices were sent to residents in our attempt to keep them fully informed as to the operations. Under normal conditions, hand walkway cleaning crews work alongside the plowing crews. However, due to unsafe travel conditions on the Garden State Parkway, our 48 cleaning personnel assigned to our community were delayed, and that resulted in later than usual clearing of garage entrances and walkways, along with the ice being formed in the interim. When they arrived, they began the tedious task in frigid conditions of clearing walkways on 1,203 homes. When vehicles are parked in the driveways, crews are only able to clear from the sidewalk to the street to avoid potential damage. After plowing and shoveling, ice remediation remains the responsibility of the homeowner. The storm was far from typical. Communities throughout the East Coast, particularly in New Jersey, experienced similar challenges. Mirage was not unique in facing these challenges, but we faced them head on. Through conversations with neighboring communities, we confirmed that these conditions affected everyone in the region. The clubhouse was closed and remained closed until safe passage. So we ask you, when we close the clubhouse, please stay home for your own safety. Mirage Boulevard is cleared first because we need to have access for emergency vehicles. And if we clear out the back of the community first, you're going to want to come out, and Mirage Boulevard will not be safe for you to travel. Normally, snow events require approximately 8 tons of salt. During this storm, more than 18 tons were necessary to maintain safe conditions. We are currently reviewing our ice and snow remediation policy to identify opportunities for improvement. While extreme weather cannot always be predicted or controlled, we welcome constructive feedback from the residents. We are grateful and thankful for the hours of hard work by down-to-earth personnel who labored in icy, freezing cold conditions to clear our community. We sincerely appreciate your patience, cooperation, and understanding during this difficult weather event. Please continue to look out for what makes us special. Stay warm and remain safe. Do you have any questions on that? Wonderful.
Hey, Linda?
Thank you very much.
Linda, Eric wants to say something.
No, but
he wants.
Just indicate that the rotations are not reset each year.
You covered,
Rotation.
Linda, you covered.
She covered that.
Oh, yeah, the rotations of the 4 sections are they're not reset. We don't do A, B, C, D every year. If you were in this storm and say we never get snow again this year,
Right?
you will not be first next year, you'll be last.
Yeah.
It rotates around.
Yeah.
We keep a record of where we left off, and we don't start right from the beginning. Everybody gets an opportunity. Okay? Great, thank you all.
Going over
Oh, there's one more question.
Yes. Could you come up to the microphone? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so next time it would
But we
be-
have people watching the live stream, and if you don't... Put on your public face. Now Barbara's just going to adjust it for you. Thanks, Barbara.
Hi, my name is Jerry Turning. I live at 5 Rocky Brook Drive. My wife and I have lived here for about 4 years. With regards to this particular snowstorm, what do you think the expectations of the people living here was when they went to bed before the storm? What do you think what do you think were the expectations of the citizens who live here before the storm as to what was going to happen when they woke up?
A miracle.
Yeah,
You thought
they
their
wanted
expectations were
everything
a miracle?
cleared out so they can go at 7 a.m. That's what happens. Yep.
I don't think their expectations were a miracle. I think their expectations were that their driveways were going to be cleared.
Yes.
That's the reality of it. And the problem with that expectation and what living here is simple. There's a large majority of the people who live here who can't possibly take care of their own driveways. Me, it was easy. I shoveled my own driveway. Always have, always will. But the reality here is when I shoveled my driveway was clear because I did it myself. But most of the people living here can't possibly do that. What you're asking them to do after this snowstorm or ice storm, whatever you want to call it, I shoveled snow. What you're asking them to do is be responsible for clearing that ice off their driveways. The reality here is most of the people living here can't possibly do that. My wife comes to me and she says to me, Jerry, the lady across the street's trying to chip away 3 inches of ice. Can you help her? Last snowstorm, I shoveled 5 driveways. I went over and I'm chopping 3 inches of ice off of her driveway, and mine across the street is perfectly clear. The reality here is once you drove the machines on those driveways, all it did was pack down the snow and created larger ice. And no one here should be out there chopping down ice. The reality here is when you do your review, the simple thing to do is find out exactly how you can prevent this from happening again. Because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but not everyone here is like me. And I'm out chopping ice, and there are driveways out there right now that are not cleared.
I don't
Everywhere.
disagree,
And
and I'm in the same situation, and I think many of us are. However, we have to have a very good connection with Mother Nature to help us out. The last snowstorm we had 50-degree weather the 2 days following, and that helped us tremendously. Unfortunately, because of the temperatures following this snowstorm, we were left with very abnormal conditions.
Let me help you. I'm a retired police chief. I was the emergency management director. I was the mayor, and I was the borough administrator of my town. I completely understand everything that you said. But the reality here is the people living here had an expectation that their driveways were going to be cleared, and they had no way of fixing it when it did not happen. They certainly couldn't physically do it. When you look at your policy, when you do your review of your policy, all I'm asking you to do is think about what exactly should be the responsibility of the people living here and what should be your responsibility. Because they all thought they were paying to have their driveways be cleared. And it didn't happen. The storm was unique. I've seen worse, I have seen better. But I want to bring you to attention to the 4-inch storm that we didn't have, the one that was 3.5 inches or whatever. The expectations then were you were going to do their driveways. You had a rule that said 4 inches. I told one of the members on the board, you're absolutely right, it wasn't 4 inches, it was 3 1/3 or whatever it was. But it still meant that I had to go out and shovel 5 people's driveways because they can't physically do that. The people living around me, there's 2 women that were about 80 years old across the street. There's another lady who's an elderly woman across the street. The guy next to me is all by himself. They can't do it. They can't physically do it. So your plan has to change to help these people. But thank you very, very much for listening.
Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it.
The last storm, it was 50 degrees the next day.
We'll move on to the treasurer's report and financial information from Claire Hester.
Got another one.
Oh, you've got it.
We got another one. He's coming, I think.
I guess.
No, he's coming. Oh.
Oh, yes.
I would like to comment. I am at 3 Silver Lake Drive. I've been in the snow removal business in places like almost half this size for most of those 40 years and done residential. And although we were disappointed in, how long it took, with my experience with the freezing rain that came on top of the snow, made it impossible to go ahead, I think, and do anything better. By the time they got back to me, they, I think, had figured out that you can't just back drag the driveways like they normally do. They came in with the skid steers, which were not rubber blades, but that's life. And they cleared it out and pulled it, and then they came with the rubber blades and pulled it out. One thing that people need to realize, this was an extremely long, cold period after. And if you are unfortunate enough to live on the side of the street that is not getting afternoon sun, when you have 2 weeks where it never gets above 20 degrees and it's single digits every night, it will not melt. You can chop till your arms fall off. If the board wanted to consider an option for people to pay extra, I might recommend that and see if Down to Earth would be willing to do that. But from 40 years of being in this business, I didn't get my driveway done until very late Monday. But it was probably about the 3rd most extreme storm I've ever seen. And ice on top of snow, when a person my weight of 240 pounds can take my dog outside on Monday morning and walk on 8 inches of snow and not fall through, that speaks volumes. And I want to go ahead and say, I'm very proud of the fact that there was very few negative comments about this because it was extreme, okay? And I appreciate all the work Down to Earth did.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed. Yes, Steve was watching. He said he can't believe it.
Okay, I'm sorry, I do have 2 other things before I turn it over to Claire. As you all, as anyone who uses the pool, you're aware that we had a situation with one of our custom windows that shattered. It has been boarded up. It'll be approximately 3 weeks until the custom glass comes in to replace. And we had a minor issue over on Lakeland with the water tower. Wanted to let you know what happened. There was a communication gap. They do the communications to the water tower through a radio frequency, and the antenna froze, which caused one of the pumps to continue pumping, and that caused the overflow through the overflow pipe at the water tower. It only affected a small non-residential area of Lakewood Drive. Management contacted the township immediately, and DPW came out and literally, I think, put 4 tons of sand and salt in a very small square footage because the sand and the salt was thicker than the 3-inch ice. But it did remediate it, and everything is now safe on Lake. So that's it for that. I will turn it over now to
You want
Claire.
to do the reimbursements now? Finish it out.
You want to do that?
Well, no, because I
want me
was
to do
talking the last paragraph. Just read.
Oh, okay, I thought you were going to do that at the end. Okay, and then finally, we've received 3 reimbursement checks from the township yesterday. The first was for our annual leaf cleanup, which they reimbursed us for. The second was for electricity that goes on our bill because we own the land that the township pump stations are on. So the electric bills come to us, we pay them, the township reimburses them. We received that reimbursement, and we received a reimbursement for the snow removal and salt for the December storm. So we are receiving the reimbursements. Are they enough? We're still working on that. So we just wanted to keep you informed. Thank you. All right, Claire, this time for real.
Okay. Revenue is more than budget due to the selling of 4 homes in December and the transfer of non-operating interest of $20,000. Payroll was under budget by almost 600, and there were no temporary employee hours used this month. Utilities was about $400 over budget. Clubhouse electricity was lower, but gas usage was higher. Water and sewer payments were lower than budget. However, the telephone and the cable invoices were higher. General maintenance costs were under budget. Clubhouse maintenance and cleaning supplies expenses increased, but the cleaning contract cost less. There were pool repairs this month, but the pool contract was lower than budget. The Firewise work was completed in December. Administrative expenses were below budget due to lower legal fees. Sorry. General was over budget due to a bad debt write-off. A bad debt write-off occurred because a home that was vacant and did not pay their dues for years. We finally put it through a sheriff's sale, and the check, which took 14 months to get, finally came in. However, it didn't cover all of the legal expenses. So we wrote off about $5,000. And reserve funding was more than budget by over 200. We're going to have a surplus from last year. Did we know that we were going to sell over 60 homes this year when we budgeted for 45? We actually are over about $54,000 from new homeowners who bought into Mirage. That would have been nice if we knew that in July and August, but we didn't. Who knew we were going to sell 12 homes in September alone? We also didn't spend in certain line items. Can I tell you what the surplus is going to be? No, I'm sorry, I can't. There are some checks that haven't cleared. You have bank accounts, you understand that. There are some transfers that Taylor Corporate, have not made, especially for IRS. We will know when we have our main audit in April and May. I have made a suggestion, and the board agrees, and so does the Finance Committee, that whatever the surplus is, we put it in our snow fund. It may not pay for everything we've paid for snow, but it'll take a big bite out of that bill. Understand that the snow fund is there to pay for snow and ice, but we have to put it back because what happens next year? Are there any questions?
Thank you, Claire. We come up to club and committee reports. Do we have any clubs or committees who would like to come up and make a report?
Hello, everybody. I'm Grace Hoare from the Social Committee, And as always, there's always tons of things going on with the social committee. So for those of you who came out to the Sensational Soul Cruisers, thank you so much. We had a great night of everybody dancing the night away. And now for those of you who don't know how to dance great, we're having some salsa lessons that are available. And we also have Club Mirage, which is coming up on the 21st, and the salsa lessons is the same night, and you're going to be able to dance the salsa at that thing. So even though the Club Mirage is free to everybody, Mirage people only, but the salsa lessons are $13 per person, and that's for the 21st of February. Today was the sign up for game night. We still have spaces available, and that's going to be on March the 12th, and that's $15 per person also. On the 17th of February, there is going to be the sign up for dancing with a DJ. What? Oh, I'm sorry, March 4th. March 4th. Okay, sorry, March 4th. We changed that. Okay, because one of our AV people are traveling and wouldn't be able to do game night for us, so we switched it to the 4th. I'm sorry, March 4th. And then we have dancing, the registration for Dance with a DJ, and that you can bring friends and family, anybody you want. That's $7 per person if you sign up in advance. If you come the day of, then you're going to have to pay $8. And last but not least, the last sign up we have for February is Shades of Bublé, a Michael Bublé show, and that's going to be on March the 26th, and that's $32 per person. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Grace.
We have lounge night coming up next week. There's still a couple of spots left, so you can do that. That's $12 a person, and that's on the 19th. That's on February 19th, and that's $12. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name's Bonnie Lisa. I'm president of the Mirage Women's Club. I would like to thank everyone who bought soup from our Super Sopper, our Super Bowl. I would just like to thank everyone who purchased from there this weekend. Also, on Monday, March 9th, for members only, we're having our annual afternoon tea. If anyone would like to go, the sheets are in the book, just sign up. All right, we did that. This month, Outreach is doing their donations to McGuire Fort Dix. McGuire Fort Dix is in Lakehurst, and we are donating to their food pantry because we've started to donate to the food pantry of McGuire Fort Dix because they are in need of food for their military people. If anybody would like to make a cash donation, please make it payable to MSA Food Warriors and put it in the Mirage Women's Club box. And also on May 2nd, we're going to be running the Kentucky Derby at 4 o'clock. If anyone would like to sign up, pages will go into the book after March 9th. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. Word is all the soups were absolutely delicious. It was a great weekend. It was a great weekend for it. Anyone else? Clubs, committees? Okay, then we'll move on to board liaisons. Mayor Hestick, Finance.
All I can say is the Finance Committee put in a lot of work for the reserve study, along with all the other things that they have to do every single month, and I thank them.
Okay, thank you. Alda.
All right, the chorus is back in full swing, rehearsing for its next concert, big concert, which will be held on June 25th. This concert's theme will feature songs from the American Songbook, as well as a lot of patriotic numbers in honor of the 250th anniversary of our country. So we hope a lot of you will come out and support the group. It should be a great show. Players, Mirage Players is also back. We just had our first reading on January 19th. The group is trying a new concept called Play It By Ear, which is table readings. They're also hoping to convert some of those readings into actual skits. They will be performing one on April 13th for the Women's Club. So that should be exciting. And then any other clubs that are interested in having Mirage Players as part of their program, please contact Rose Holden. And then finally, not club related, but there will be an upcoming pottery class that will be starting up in the ceramics room. This will be actual raw clay that people can build and hand build and sculpt with. Hopefully that will start sometime in March, so stay tuned for further details. Very excited about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Olga. I have four at the moment is reviewing election procedures and the beginning the review of the covenants and restrictions, which is a very tedious job and should take a while to get that done. Newspaper reminder, all articles must be received by the first of the month prior to the publication month you want your article in. So please get it over to garagemessenger@gmail.com by the first of the prior month. And we had a meeting with the clubs, with the trustees and the lifestyle director, and we had a very successful meeting, and everyone is on par. They are planning a joint, I believe are they still on point for that, Bonnie? A joint fundraiser of some sort sometime in the summer, so they'll keep you posted on what's going on with that. And that's it for me. Mike Morrison?
Okay, landscape. Due to the weather, there's not much landscaping going on out there. Facilities and grounds, they're going out. You'll probably see them around the clubhouse and stuff. They're doing another inspection to see anything that needs to be repaired. And audiovisual, they pretty much take care of themselves. As you can see, they're here for every event. Again, I'll reiterate, last year they did 159 events here. Nothing happens in this ballroom, basically, without them. Thank you very much. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Maggie North?
All right, so the social committee, Grace gave report for that, and yeah, just a plug for next Thursday's Lounge After Dark. That's a guy that's going to do Sinatra tunes. So if you love Sinatra like my husband does, be there, because I think it's going to be a great one. And moving on to Remembrance. So Remembrance is meeting this Friday, and then we'll meet every second Friday of the month. Certainly, our topic will be Memorial Day, because that's the first ceremony that Remembrance does. We're always looking for interested people. You don't have to, it is spearheaded by 2 veterans, yes, but, you don't have to have any military background or having been a first responder, though, because 9/11, we certainly remember our first responders, but boy, it would be great to have any of you on board for those 3 ceremonies that we have. Extra hands, extra ideas. So think about it and, contact the front office if you're interested. Thank you.
Thank you, Maggie. We have Eric Schwartz on the phone. I don't know if we can put it up to the microphone.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, yep. All right, thank you. So the safety committee meets once a month. The next meeting will be next week, but we're going to continue to work on reviewing the mission statement as well as the 2026 goals and objectives. That's all that I have.
Thanks, Eric.
Jim Thompson?
The Art Committee continues to meet on the first and third Thursdays of the month. Strangely enough, we aren't doing a lot outside right now, but we do have a few requests that come through, and they're handled very quickly. Another thing they're doing, though, is at the request of the core committee and the board, they're looking at the palette for colors of siding and whether or not we need to expand that and can expand that to include some colors that maybe we haven't in the past. We're also looking at the issue of roofing and the possibility of using other substances other than the asphalt shingles, things like perhaps metal, and how we might incorporate that into our rules and everything too, so that we have some more options in regards to changes we may make in our homes and all. As far as lunchbox is concerned, please keep thinking about it. The usual meeting is in April, and we usually do that meeting at that time because we have a lot of members of our community that head south during the winter, and we need them as volunteers, but please keep thinking about that. We will be setting up that meeting and put the word out in regards to when we'll meet and get volunteers together to do Lunchbox over the summer, which is usually a tremendous event that lasts all summer long. And I think one of the things that when we were doing the pool schedules and everything, this is the longest pool season that we will ever have, simply because of the way the dates fall. So it may be a little bit longer for Lunchbox too, I think. So kind of keep that in mind and as we move down the road, but thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Anything from management? We're good? No. Okay, we open it up to open forum. Anybody for open forum? Questions, comments? Okay. Could I get a motion to adjourn, please?
Do
Motion.
we have somebody?
Second? Anybody? We're good?
Set.
Good. Thank you all again for coming out in the cold weather.